Okay, so I'm just gonna take a few minutes and introduce myself. My name is Shamila Mohammed. I'm LD1 with Opulence Global, located in Victoria, British Columbia. I've been with Opulence Global since September 2020, and ever since I started using the product I have in stock. Hi, Sinaz. Sinaz is here. I'm so excited, Sinaz, today. Hi, how are you?
Camila, I finally put a face to the voice. This is long overdue. So good night to you.
Thank you very much. How are you?
I am E, excited and exhausted. I'm still in the midst of many
Moving.
renovations. So yes, very, very exhausting week.
Yeah, you'll get better. Don't worry.
Absolutely,
Yeah, when everything is good, we're looking forward to see your amazing work.
Well, I have
Hardworking
updates
lady.
for everyone tonight. I'll let you welcome everyone to the call. We'll start in 1 minute.
Okay, welcome. As I was introducing myself, I've been with Opulence since September 2020, and it's been an amazing journey. I'm an LD1. I have grown a big team of more than 30 people from around the world. And I'm very honored today to be here hosting this Opulence big call. This has been my dream. And today, my dream came true. So I'm introducing our product Crossfire, David O. and Senaz Holman. David handles the regulatory affair at Opulence Global. From his science and pharmaceutical background, David recognized the incredible value of Fairy Flawless as world-class product that deliver on its promise of anti-aging. His enthusiasm continue with Fountain of Life, which is the most powerful antioxidant from the nature and the future of development of safe home revolution. David is honored to be a part of incredible journey as Opulence Global changes the life of people. It has changed my life too. I'm introducing now our Sanaz Homan. In her late 20s. Sanaz made a pivot decision to venture into direct sell industry. With her strong work ethics, determination, and unparalleled skill, she rose to become a top producer, quality gaining recognition for her exceptional performance. Her influence and impact in the direct sell marketing field have earned her widespread recognition. She was honored as a luxury designer of the year by Viva International and celebrated in esteemed Oprah Winfrey magazine and much more. At Opulence Global, Senaz oversees distribution, manufacturing, and international negotiation and all global operations. Her ability to inspire others in the health, beauty, and fashion sector is nothing short of remarkable. Sanaz takes great pride in mentoring entrepreneurs. Her visionary approach and mentorship have empowered countless individuals to achieve their own success stories. As a trailblazer in the industry, Sanaz Homan continued to set new benchmarks and inspire others to strive for greatness, including myself. Her unwavering dedication, unmatched talent, and relentless pursuit of excellence make her a true icon in the world of business and entrepreneurship. Welcome, Sinaz, and welcome, David. Today,
Thank
we are
you so
going to learn a lot about our health product, our beauty product, our fashion product. They're going to answer all our questions. Let's get ready. Get your pen and paper. Welcome.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jamila. It's such a pleasure to have you on. Great job hosting. It's always so intimidating whenever, you have to host for corporate, but you did a great job. I want to thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon. As you can see, it is 8 p.m. where I'm at. It was 5 p.m. where Shamila's at, and it is 8 a.m. where Rico is. So that is the beauty of this absolutely phenomenal business that we have. excuse me, that we're really, really excited about. And you know what? Tonight, I want to welcome each and every single one of you. I do want to share some stuff with all of you before we get into the product Crossfire call. So I've been wanting to do a video at the world headquarters, and I haven't had a chance to do one. I'm going to hopefully, fingers crossed, walk over there tomorrow and do one up. But I wanted to just say a good night to everyone. I see all of your beautiful messages. Hello, hello, hello. We got so many people on from so many different parts of the world. I want to thank you all for your love and your greetings. I missed you all last week because I was extremely, extremely busy. We had a very, very, very hectic move last week. I got to tell you, I've built homes, I've moved homes, I've moved our little offices here and there, I've expanded into warehousing. I have never in my life gone through the crazy chaos of consolidating as much inventory as we have. Ladies and gentlemen, you all should be so proud. You know, it's 8 warehouses in total. If we basically moved 8 warehouses into one location. And moving is one thing. Packing and reconsolidating and doing inventory and making sure everything is good, making sure your order systems are still running, making sure that everything is all good. It is extremely, extremely exhausting, overwhelming, challenging. On top of that, for those of you that have never been to our world headquarters, we are on the 2nd floor. We have been there for 16 years with no elevators. So we had to manually move everything up and down the stairs. And for those of you that are guests that are on our call tonight, what am I talking about? Well, we are moving our world headquarters, and our world headquarters is getting not a makeover, I mean a new home. And this is a much bigger home, bigger, better, stronger evolution. You know, one thing about Rene, he always says, what we have is so amazing. How could we get better? How could we evolve? And I got to tell you, the evolution is constantly about growing. The evolution is about becoming better. 20 years ago, almost, when I met our CEO and founder, we were this amazing little company that at that time was in Canada, USA, and Germany. I remember we used to do meetings at 12 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And then I used to drive each day to a different city, and I used to drive all the way back. That's how we built this business from the ground up. So I've always said, you know, I'm a builder, I'm a doer, I'm passionate about what I've done. And I want to share some really heartfelt emotions from me to all of you as our partners tonight. Because it's very, you know, I've used the word bittersweet so many times. I wrote it in my letter. I wrote it in I said it in my videos, but I want to share with all of you that are on the call today. And yes, I'm getting emotional because it has been an emotional journey moving this office. We've built brick to brick everywhere in this office. We built the showroom. We built the walls. I painted those walls. Our CEO, our shareholders at the time helped us to basically do a lot. And, you know, as we took apart the office, it was really, you know, heart-wrenching for me because I've seen so much growth. I've seen achievements. I've seen celebrations. I've seen tears. I've seen our distributors bringing in their babies into this showroom and, you know, say, meet Rex, meet Leon, meet my baby. And, you know, it's been our home forever. So, but I'm so excited because of where we're going, ladies and gentlemen, let me manage expectations, as our CEO says. It is insane. It's going to absolutely blow your mind. It is going to absolutely blow your business to the moon. And no matter how much I tell you, you will never fathom, you will never understand what we're about to bring. Our fashion brand is going to the moon. It's going to the next level. Our collagen is going to be launched there. Our branding is going to a different level. The evolution of the business is going to the top. And this is something that all of you as business owners should be extremely proud of, because we're in a time of recession. I don't care what country you live in. We're at a time where the markets are plummeting. Real estate is plummeting. The stock market is plummeting. Everything is plummeting. And it is your job, it is your responsibility right now. You have 5 more months till the end of the year for all of you to become a better version of yourself and to close the year off strong. We are pushing everything that we can, every ounce of our being, we are pushing to give you a dream showroom, dream products, high quality products, products that have, you know, phenomenal results and not side effects long term. This is something that I pride in working with our scientific team. Avon, I don't know if you guys heard, is just going through a huge lawsuit because of tack in their products. And a lot of the tack is showing a lot of side effects, such as cancer cells developing in a lot of their consumers. And so right from day one, 2017, when David and I first talked, David said, what do you want to see in your products? David, I don't know if you remember, I said, I want the products to be clean. I want the products to be safe. I want the products that my mom and my grandma and myself can use forever, and it's not going to have side effects. Ladies and gentlemen, the side effects is only to become younger and more youthful, which is, I'm okay with that. And that's not a side effect, it's a blessing. On the weekend, I had not gone anywhere for the longest time. And I went to a couple of parties and everyone's like, oh my God, what have you done? You've literally reversed your age by like a decade. And I'm like, yeah, I have. I haven't felt as young and vibrant as I felt. And honest to God, ladies and gentlemen, it's our products. I swear to you, there is nothing more than, and I work right now like crazy, crazy hours. But I'm telling you, we have the most incredible products in the world. If you are not going after 100 customers a month, you're not building your business. You're a sometime-er. Yes, 100 customers a month. You should be prospecting 100 people a month for your business. Because let me tell you, when you prospect 100 people, do you all think that everyone is going to become your customer? No. Some will, some won't. So what next? You got to keep on evolving. You got to keep on growing. So, David, let's kick off the call a little bit. First of all, with our no-no list, as we call it. You are the master of this. How are you, David? Good evening.
I'm fine. How are you? I'm sorry.
I'm still in construction mode. You look
Oh,
more fabulous and polished than me. Let's talk about our no-no list, David, because we've always talked about not having, you know, sulfates and parabens and tacks and a lot of toxic ingredients that are harmful to you when you use them long term. It's the personal care products that we use on a regular basis that causes a lot of disease. Can we talk a little bit about that tonight?
Well, there's a lot of things out there that can be problematic, and it's a changing list. I want people to realize that this list is dynamic. It's not static. So as you move forward, you have to be aware of that. So one year something is okay, the next year it is not, and it's because different governments have different ways of assessing things. So yeah, we do have a list of products. You know, sulfates is an irritant more than anything. SLES came under fire a long time ago because of their association with 1,4-dioxane, which is a carcinogen. And, you know, they went to great lengths to prove that there was no correlation between the two and that one doesn't have to do with anything or do anything with their product. However, you got to realize that SLES is very drying and it can be highly irritating. I've worked with SLES. It's a very inexpensive surfactant. In fact, one of the most common surfactants in the world used in a lot of personal care products, but at the same time, it can be an irritant. Then we look at things like TEA, triethyl alamine, and it is carcinogenic. Right now, titanium dioxide is taking really on the hit list. A lot of dyes are problematic. And the list keeps growing and growing and growing. Like coal tar is an issue in some areas. Phthalates are an issue. And the reason being that uh, they're finding out certain things have had grandfather clauses where governments have accepted it. Things like triclosan. And honestly, triclosan has been on the hit list for many years with many different companies who are trying to displace it. And it took them until only a few years ago till they decided, yeah, you know what, they're right. It doesn't, it's not an effective antimicrobial. In fact, it doesn't really work that well. And so, they decided, okay, we don't have to use triclosan anymore. But for years, you could go to any soap and it would say antibacterial or antimicrobial soap contains triclosan. It really wasn't doing anything. Parabens has been on the list, and probably everyone on this call has heard of the paraben. And one of the things they found, and the paraben manufacturers will still argue this, so that it's wrong and that the data is not correct. And I guess in time we'll find out, but they discovered that parabens were in breast cancer tissue. So there is a correlation there. So when they find it out, sometimes after the fact, they're not really sure whether in fact parabens cause cancer. They just found it in the tissue. So this keeps going on and on. So one of the things we did do as a company is take a list and made a list of all these things, and we made sure that they were not in our Very Flawless products. And we tried to do that to ensure that as we move forward, as we developed as a company with our membership, that they don't have to worry about these things coming up. And of course, it does change. Like I said, titanium dioxide has been under the gun for a while in certain countries, and people know about it. Other countries, it's unaffected. So it does change, and something that we have to adapt to all the time as a company. But yeah, we create that. We are aware of it, and we do create that awareness to make sure that people understand that our mandate right from the beginning was to create a safe and effective product and a product that worked. And when I came on board, that was the whole objective for the Fairy Flawless line. I think, I did not formulate it. We had a scientist that did the formulation who did an incredible job, incredibly bright man, and I thought he created something special. He really used, his years of experience and formulated something that truly was magnificent.
David, I want to just pull up the screen of exactly what you're talking about. A lot of you are listening to this, and if you're wondering, where's that information? So I'm just going to share this with all of you. This is readily available right on your website, opulenceglobal.com. So one of the things that we've always talked about is our Safe Home Revolution. Why do we call it the Safe Home Revolution, by the way? It's because we have what's called the Opulence Personal Care No-No List, which is what David was just talking to you about. Our personal care, our skincare line was created to address one of daily's essential without having to compromise quality, safety of the ingredients being used. Simple. Through science, these ingredients have been proven to help maintain and restore one's overall well-being. How many of you have used the product and seen a tremendous difference? Whether it's in your hair, your nails, your digestive system, your weight loss, SIBO, whatever it is, arthritis. How many of you type into the message box whatever it is that one of our Safe Home Revolution products has done for you to absolutely change your lifestyle? Maybe you got some whiter teeth. Maybe you became healthier. Maybe you got better sleep. Whatever it is, write it on there. Our no-no ingredients, some of them are the most generic ones that are being used, and they've become the norm. The big brand companies, they are using it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are not. Number one, we do not use animal products or byproducts. So we have a very cruelty-free line. Actually, you know what, David, you'll do this better than me. Why don't you take it away?
Well, number one, we are not using animal products or animal byproducts, nor do our do our products are they tested on animals. I think that's an important factor there. You know, when we talk about things like argireline, it causes skin sagging in some people. And the thing is, when it happens to some people, that's a pretty broad statement, but it does affect a lot of people. Artificial flavors, of course, hypersensitivity, carbon black, it's very, very dangerous for us, in terms of if we do inhale it. Uh, Diethanolamine, which is like triethanolamine. And this is they're both carcinogens, and that's why I talk about them because TEA, and they used to adjust pHs a lot of times in product. And a lot of things that we do when we're mixing products together is we're always adjusting the pH because our pH naturally is between 4.6 and 5.2, which means nothing to a lot of people, but it means everything to everyone in chemistry because the neutral point is 7. So if it's way too high, it can be very caustic and very dangerous for your skin. If it's too low, it can be very acidic and dangerous. So they try and hit certain points. And they adjust pH all the time using different chemicals. And they use DEA, TEA many, many times, but now they've moved away from it. They're using other types of pH adjusters. Formaldehyde donating preservatives. Well, it's a preservative, but I gave formaldehyde it leads to the possibility of cancer. Mineral oil, this is a synthetic. Again,
Sorry,
mineral
David,
oil.
can I
Yes,
just cut in there for a second?
yeah.
We're reading what we don't have. What are these ingredients usually used in? What type of products do they put them in? For someone like me who doesn't know and doesn't have, all the scientific black belts that you got, what are these ingredients used in so people understand what's produced?
Well, if we take a look at something like, well, I was just talking about, DEA and TEA, they're used in a lot, products as pH adjusters. So you have to read they used to use enhanced sanitizers. They don't use them any longer.
Okay.
Things like mineral oil, believe it or not, mineral oil is widely used. It's a synthetic and increases the risk of skin cancer. But believe it or not, they use this a lot in massage therapy.
Yeah.
So if you go to a massage therapist, you should ask them what they're using. And a lot of times they're using mineral oil. Why are they using mineral oil? It's because it's inexpensive. And it doesn't matter. You go, I can name you, and I'm not going to, name some high-end spas in the GTA area that use mineral oil because it's inexpensive to use. Parabens is something that is shown to turn up in breast cancer. And again, there's so many products that using methyl parabens, all sorts of parabens as a preservative. Petrolatum, Vaseline is another type that's a brand name, but again,
Sorry, David, I want to talk about that. What brand did you just say?
Vaseline,
So those of you that are sitting on this call, which I've heard 100 times, oh, I don't use anything on my skin other than Vaseline. Well, these are the type of things that cause a lot of cancer, just as a FYI.
Well,
And
yeah,
we've seen
I had
people.
I had a girlfriend, I had a girlfriend that used to put it on her lips.
Yeah, they use it
Yeah,
on
she
their
said
face,
just use
on
it
their
because
feet, on their hands, on their lips, like you said.
So phthalates, again, phthalates are used in many different products, but again, these are, related to, I believe, something like hormone disruptors that can cause issues. And anytime you hear the term hormone disruptor in any product, please do not use it on children. Okay? Please do not use it on children. There's a lot of sunscreens. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of chemical sunscreens that are on the market still that have hormone disruptors in them that are impacting our youth. We're talking about cancer, we're talking about infertility, all these things. If you really care about your children, you will not use them. If you're using sunscreens, please use one with zinc oxide.
Yeah.
And people say, well, it leaves a white mark. Who cares at that point? You're trying to protect your children. in your cells from cancer. You're trying to protect yourselves from different things. Hawaii has banned chemical sunscreen. You know, Key West has banned them. Palau has banned them, and the list is growing. So please understand, this is not fear mongering. It's just common sense and understanding of the world we're living in is under constant flux. So please take your time and look at it. Okay.
David, I want to add something here in this regard because I think it's so important that we address the elephant in the room. See, we always have had the no-no list, David, and we're displaying it in front of you. And I want you guys to just take a look at me while I'm talking to you about this. This is very important. Please pay attention. David has always talked about oxidative stress, that our bodies are constantly being bombarded by free radicals. Your body is constantly absorbing. Your skin, which is your largest organ in your body, it is constantly cleansing and cleaning. When you're putting deodorant, when you're putting lotion on your face, when you're putting lotion on your neck, when you're putting lotion on your arms, when you're putting lotion on your body, when you go for that massage that you think, oh, it's an R&R day, and they're putting all these toxins. When we grew up, I was one of them, by the way, using Vaseline on the bottom of our feet. What do they say about putting, cream on the bottom of our feet? It's a great way of absorption into our what? Body, liver, organs. So all of these things we've been doing without knowing what we're doing. And as opposed to taking care of our body with toxic ingredients, we've been poisoning our body without realizing it. Now, why am I having this conversation with all of you? Because when someone talks to you about price point, it doesn't matter what country you're in. If they're talking to you about Divine, if you're talking about Fountain of Life, if you're talking about skincare, if you're talking about our lotions, our spray, our toothpaste, our shampoo, our conditioner, ladies and gentlemen, we've eliminated all these toxins. So you're right, we don't have a $4 toothpaste. You're right, we don't have an $8 shampoo. You're right, we don't have a $10 skincare regimen. But guess what we got? We got quality, we got safety, we got science, we got you in mind so that you could use the products long-term without having adverse reactions. Is that fair? I want to see some participation from all of you. Does that ring a bell for you? Do you understand how valuable the ingredients that we have in our products are for each and every single one of you and your families? Because just like a mother or a father or an uncle or a grandpa protects their children, we are doing the exact same thing at Opulence for each and every single one of you, which is to protect you, which is to give you products that are safe, giving you products and ingredients that are not going to harm you long-term, that are going to continuously work for you long-term, that are going to bring back the youth in you, that is going to make you feel better and stronger. Is that great or great? Like, I want all of you to really digest that, really think about the power of the most important things about ingredients. Things that we use every day that are harmful without realizing. So the next time someone says, why is Divine this much? Now you know why. Because we're not going and making some artificially made ingredients. That's why. By the way, for those of you that don't know, and I'm going to get David to do a whole training on this, but did you know that the glutathione that's found in Divine not only helps eliminate a lot of inflammation, gets rid of pain, frozen shoulder will dissipate in time. It's happened to myself. It's happened to our CEO. Did you know that glutathione is a fat blaster? David, I mean, I'm always reading this, right? And to find out that the glutathione that we have breaks down fat cell. I'm talking about unhealthy fat cells. Glutathione actually breaks down fat cells. So people have been telling me, like, Sanaz, you're even looking more slender. Well, I'm on my FOL. I've never stopped. But now I feel like where I had some extra pudgy fat, on the belly and maybe in the arms and stuff, it is actually dissipating, even though I've been working out for the past 3 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, get on FOL, get on Divine, get on Safe Home Revolution, protect yourself. David?
Yes. Well, I think that you have to understand that the components of the ingredients um, in in our products, Fountain of Life is one where they've already proven that in a 2018 study by Biasiako's group that it did burn off, it did have reduced visceral fat and reduced fatty deposits on the liver. So
Right.
if you have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, there's something to that you should take note of because it does impact you that way. Divine has a couple of ingredients, and then glutathione is one of them that helps reduce visceral fat deposits. So again, you have to take a look at the ingredients and the quality of ingredients that have been used and whether they are impactful. And the thing is, our product, and I can't stress this enough, that our product Divine has a capsule that allows us to get the glutathione to where it can be absorbed. If it is digested directly into the stomach, it is going to be destroyed. Our gastric juices are just too harsh for it. And gastric juices is hydrochloric acid, believe it or not. And that is so strong that would ruin other products. It would prevent it from being efficacious. But because we're using basically an enteric-coated type of capsule that releases in the small intestine where it can be absorbed, our products are effective that way. And you have to take that science into account as to why it's effective. There's been other glutathione products out there that just didn't have that. I remember looking at it, thinking it's interesting, but there was no way for it to get to our system. There was no way for us to absorb it. And as a result, the product simply failed. So this is an opportunity, I think, for people to understand the value of, the smallest things that make a large impact. And that is our capsule technology is one thing that allows us to get the nutrients into our body.
Absolutely. And David, it's so much more than that. It's also one thing that I want to reiterate. Tonight, I'm all about awakening your soul, about all the amazing, crazy things that we do behind the scenes that maybe you're not aware of. And it's so important for you to know you are the CEO of your own company. And it's so vital and important to understand what we do and what we share. So I want to reiterate this. The reliable manufacturing practice. I can't stress to you how important this is. And I'm going to get, David is an advocate of this. I'm going to get David to talk about it, and then I'm going to piggyback on it. David, why is it so important that we manufacture all of our products in a GMP factory? What does that mean? Made in Canada, what does that mean?
This GMP certification is hard. I can't stress that enough. It's probably one of the most difficult things I've had to undertake for my own factory. And this quality management systems that they ask for is everything. And they tear you apart from top to bottom when they're going through this. And this is third-party GMP. And to have this certification means that your company means WHO standards, like World Health Organization pharmaceutical standards, which is at the top of the list to make sure that the products that are produced meet standards of safety. And that's what this is all about, is safety and consistency. And that everybody from the management down to our shipper knows every step of the way. And everything is accounted for. So the person who is filling the bottles knows that there's a record of the bottles that were there, that the bottles have been tested, that everything, the air quality has been tested, the water quality has been tested. Everything is tested. The labels have been tested. The labels have been accounted for. Believe it or not, that they know exactly what batch the labels are from. They know when the labels were manufactured. They know when the bottles and caps are manufactured, where it was from, what materials it's from. And you don't think it's important? It's very important because it all comes down to quality.
That's right.
So, and then it comes down to the ingredients in the products. They have to have a paper trail from the time it enters the factory, and they have a C of A on everything, a certificate of analysis of everything that's involved in the manufacture. And that's what GMP certified means, is that if you had a question about any product, they could pull out that file and say, oh yeah, it was manufactured on this date with this product. It came from this factory. What else you want to know? Oh, the water that we use, here's a lot number for the water.
Yeah.
Oh, the air, yeah, the air was fine because we tested the air that day. That the scales that we used were calibrated on a certain day and they're within spec. And so that you know that when we're talking about a capsule, we know exactly what's inside that capsule, what weight was on in that capsule, what the temperature was of that day of that capsule being manufactured, what the humidity in that room was at the same time on that day. And that's what GMP means. And so we can never take it for granted that, oh, it's nothing. And someone said that to me. They said it's just a cakewalk, it's window dressing, and they had no idea what they're talking about. No idea. And it's not, and they said it's nothing. It is not nothing. It is everything. Because that makes sure that you have a better product that's consistent and that is safe. And without that GMP, you really don't have much of a product. You know, it could be anything in there.
I agree. And I'm going to
Yeah.
share a very scary story, David. So first of all, let me share this before I share my scary story. Quality management systems. This is what David just talked about. Everything is documented. It ensures a consistency. So for example, like FOL, Divine, collagen, all of these things go through strict hoops to make sure that there's consistency. Make sure the flavor doesn't change. Make sure it's got the same consistent type of lignin, for example, to make sure the efficacy of the product. The people that are filling these bottles, you can see them in the picture. These are personnel that are trained. Hygiene is crucial. They're wearing hair nets. You know, they don't have their hair up in a ponytail in a bun. They don't have their beard hanging down in the products that you're manufacturing. The premises and the equipment is calibrated with safe production. There's a defined validation, consistency of procedures that we have to go through. And most importantly, a lot of documentation, traceability throughout production stages. Even, by the way, a lot of our raw materials comes in different types of barrels. Every barrel, I don't care if it's this big or this big, it actually has its own lot number. Now, let me share why am I sharing all this stuff with you. You guys ready for this? Pay attention. So I talked to someone, oh, well, I found a similar product and it's like 30% cheaper. They're not GMP certified. They're not a similar ingredient. You have absolutely no idea what's inside this product. You have no idea what the bottle is. They've changed their expiry dates 4 times in 1 year. They keep on reprinting stickers over stickers. You don't even know who the owner is. You don't know where it's being manufactured. You don't know who's distributing it. They have no return department. They have no phone number. They have no storefront. They have no distribution center. How do you compare a product like that to a company like Opulence that gives you products, that gives you efficacy? Every single week, you have the head of regulatory and the senior vice president on the call with you. We share with you open-endedly what it is that we do. We have a 90-day money-back guarantee when it comes to product. You've seen our distribution centers. You've seen our head office. You've seen our ownership. You've seen our credibility. We've been around for 20 years. How do you compare this product to another shoemaker product that is even trying to imitate is not an imitation? Can you guys explain that to me, please? So when someone says to you, oh, there is a similar product cheaper, I hope you just got your answer. And go watch this video over and over and share it with your downline. That's why it's so important for you to be on these calls. So let me tell you, this is not just about FOL. This is Fountain of Life. This is your Divine. This is your shampoo. This is your toothpaste. There is going to be products that someone who's a dream stealer, who is a sunblock, is going to try to compare your product and say, oh, well, it's 30% cheaper. Well, they may be filling it in their garage, my friend. There's no control of heat or cold. They may be hand filling it themselves. So use at your own risk. You never know what's going to be in that product. And that's why it is so important for us once in a while to wake you up as to what is out there and what Opulence is about. We give you so much more than incredible products. We give you a business, we give you an opportunity, we give you a family, we give you a future, and of course, the cherry on top is the incredible product line. And don't forget the fabulous people that you have in the corp team that are here to support you and to build with you. So I just really wanted to share that with you because on the weekend, by the way, the reason I'm having this conversation is on the weekend, I basically was at an event and someone was talking to me about Fountain of Life. Now, she was a nurse, a cosmetic nurse. She worked for a big clinic. And she was talking to me about different products, and she was talking to me about different cosmetic products. She was talking to me about our skincare line. And she's like, why do you sell it through independent distributors? This is not good. You know, we should have exclusivity as business owners. And I'm like, but our people are business owners. They're just independent. And she's like, yeah, but the volume we could sell at the salons and in our clinics is so much more than independent people. And you know, this is a little bit of a waker upper because the people that are not involved in the direct sales industry, they don't understand. But our advertising is you. You have to be our voice. You have to be our mouth. You have to be our passion. You have to be our inspiration. You got to share your stories. You got to be more passionate. You got to be educated because the person that was trying to sell FOL to her was so uneducated that it actually turned her off. And she was like, I don't want to deal with the person. I'd rather deal with you as a corporation. Because she was like hitting me with all these questions. And you know, when you hit David with all these questions and David goes, bop, 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 he just gives you responses. I was like, response. And she's like, you're so knowledgeable. And I'm like, well, that's my job. And she's like, yeah, but then why are people that are not qualified or not trained selling this product? That's a waker upper. Team. You got to train your team. You got to educate your generations. Not your first, not your second, not your third, your entire generation. You guys got to do a great job of training them. Get them on these calls. When David does a Thailand call, get on those calls. When there's a boot camp, show up. If you cannot speak like me, explain like me, like David, then be on every single call. Renee's our youngest millionaire. You ever see him missing a call? Ronan is in the middle of Timbuktu. He doesn't miss a call. That's leadership. Ifra, my sister, same thing. And there's many, many of you. I'm not saying, you know, there's many of you I could point out that are on this call that are religiously on, and you are highly educated. But I'm begging you, please, please, please educate yourself. Everything is on the website. We have so much YouTube videos. We have content. Treat this business like a profession, not like a hobby. A profession means you are highly educated about what you are selling, what you are distributing. All of you should know what that no-no list is. All of you should know the side effects of using those ingredients. Learn to read labels. Learn that when someone is comparing your product to some garbage product, what the big difference is. There will always be imitations, but no one will ever be able to duplicate what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We work too damn hard. We spend too much money. We have too much money invested into infrastructure, and we rock every single day. We work hard every single day for each and every single one of you. Look at the commitment you have from myself and Damon. David and I have been on this call since 2018. If that's not commitment to all of you, I don't know what is. Why do we do it? We want to train you. We want to inspire you. We want to teach you. We want to educate you. We need you to understand how powerful and unique your raw materials and your ingredients are. but you need to do a better job of educating yourself. You need to do a better job to educate your team. To be, it's up to me. To be, it's up to who? You. Do a checkup from the neck up. Are you the best version of yourself? Or are you just dragging your feet? Like, okay, you know, okay, here's a video Renee gave me. Please watch it. No, learn it yourself. Educate yourself. If you want to be a millionaire, then act like one. If you want to have the knowledge of a millionaire, then educate yourself as such. Let's go, team. Let's go. 20 years old. We're not a 2-year-old company. We're not a 5-year-old company. Every single day, you should be learning something inspiring. Every single day, you should be learning something new. Every single day, you should be like, oh, okay, I'm going to do that to build my business. So today's call, as you can see, I'm very, very passionate about it. I'm very, very tired, by the way, but I'm very passionate about it. Because I swear to you, if all of you were to have this knowledge and know how powerful our products are, you would also scream it from the mountaintop. Talk from facts. Don't be emotional. Be factual. David said something on a conference call one day. I never, ever forget it. Do everything professionally, not emotionally. Do everything professionally, not emotionally. That also means when you get feedback, give your customers professional feedback, not emotional feedback. I want to tell you guys, I went to buy Ramin cigars. Maybe you're on this call. Maybe you are that distributor, but I want you guys to listen up. I went to buy Ramin cigars, and I walked into a cigar store. The lady had eczema all up her arms. Anyways, I went to the front reception desk, and I said, can I ask you something very personal? And I apologize if this offends you, but as a woman, I would love to help you. Are you doing anything for your eczema that you have on your hands, on your arms? And she said, well, yeah, you know, I'm just going through a lot of stress. It's liver related. I said, oh, I know. I know exactly what it is. And so she said, yeah. I said, you know, we sell an incredible product called Fountain of Life. She paused. She said, I've taken it. It doesn't work. You guys ready for my response? How many of you want to hear my response? Let me see how many of you are paying attention. How many of you are paying attention? She said, it doesn't work. I tried it. I said, really? All right. So you guys are paying attention now? She said, I said, really? And she said, yeah. I said, how many bottles did you take? She's like, 2. So proudly. And I said, really? How long did it take for you to get this disease? Oh, well, I developed it and it was minor and then it grew and then it kept on growing. And then it went from my hands to my arms. From my arms, it went to my shoulders. From my shoulders, it's gone to my chest area. And now it's starting to get on my face. I said, did that happen in 2 months? And she said, no. I said, so how did you expect for it to help you in 2 months? She paused. I said, you know, our body is the most complex immune system. And it takes time for you to heal your body back. It takes time for you to reverse what you have done to your liver over time. And so, my dear, let me share with you some, and yes, Renee, you know her. Was it you? Oh, I'm so going to kill you if it was you. So, okay, let me finish the story. So it was you. She said Asian guy, but she didn't say you. Okay, perfect. So she's ready to buy more. So I'll tell you the whole story. By the way, she's in Mississauga now. She's in Vaughan now. Anyway, so she basically said, you know, I actually have a 3rd bottle, but the guy never followed up with me. So that was you, Renee. So I said to her, she goes, can I buy it off you? And I said, no, my dear, I'm corporate. I don't actually sell to distributors, but I will definitely make sure, look, when I come back to see you, if you can't find the guy's number, I'll look up and basically put you in touch with someone to make sure you can get more bottles. Then I started talking to her about Divine, and I talked to her about Sterling, and I started talking about everything else She's like, wow, you guys do so much more than just FOL. I'm like, yeah. And then I start talking to her about, what a small world, by the way, huh? Then I start talking to her about, it takes time for you to heal your body. It takes time. You should be on this product for 6 months. And then I went to third party credibility. You guys ready for this? All of you should have this. You guys want golden nuggets for tonight's call? You guys ready? Here's what you're going to do. Each and every single one of you, this is going to be your homework. You are going to create an album on your phone that is going to be called Opulence Testimonials. And I'm going to show you mine. Ready? So I have an opulent, because guess what? When I'm talking, I'm not going to pull up Facebook and try to go through different stuff if I don't have stuff. So here's my third party credibility. This is your golden nugget for the night. Okay, ready? So I have a file. It's called, I'm going to see if you guys can see it. It's called Opulence Products. Can you guys see that? David, can you see it? I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh, it's hard to see, Sana.
All right. So you guys can see all the before and after pictures. It says Opulence Product Testimonials. And guess what I have? I have an album of all my customers of before and after pictures. How many of you guys have seen this weight loss journey that she had through FOL? How? Oh, that scared me. Sorry. So that was one picture I showed her. She was like, is that the same person? I'm like, yes. Next one I showed her was eczema on the hand. She was like, wow. I showed her a dementia photo. This was the magic one. I'm like, this is my alopecia customers. Look at his hair loss. Look at what she's got. After 6 months of hair growth, she said, is he rubbing it on his head? So now we started the engagement. No, he's eating it. He's rubbing it. He started cortones. He's done this. He's done that. Blah, 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 blah. And you know what? She was sold. She's like, I'm going to start taking that product as of tonight. I'm going to get back on it. I'm going to go find the guy's number. I'm going to order some more bottles. And I'm like, get on the product for 6 to 8 months. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what I'm going to close with. Manage expectations. Do not tell people. Do not lie. Do not tell people, oh, use this bottle. 30 days. You're going to see magic. Don't lie. It's not going to happen. People need time to heal their bodies. People need time to take supplements. They did not come up with ailments overnight. They're not going to heal their body overnight. Make sense? So I hope that I've educated you all tonight on everything that you need for you to go out there, go after 100 customers, talk to everybody, talk from passion, talk with excitement, talk with knowledge. Treat this like a profession, not like a hobby. Go out there, go build your empire. Imagine if you go and you sell all of your products, part of Safe Home Revolution, and these customers are reordering these products month after month. What does that do for you? Builds you a residual, builds you a legacy, builds you a future. Sorry, David, I know tonight we talked a lot about business training, and you've been so instrumental in educating me the fundamental basics of quality ingredients, quality products, quality, active ingredients that truly make a difference. And with that, I want to say to the billion. So tired, I need a coffee. And I hope that all of you are, going to fly to the moon with 100 customers. I hope you're inspired. I hope this education is going to take your business to the next level. So with that, David, I want to thank you for your time, always for educating us. I've been working with you for so long, I still don't know 90% of the things that you know. And that's what makes you amazing.
Well.
But teamwork makes the dream work. So thank you all for your love. I see all of your messages. Ronan's like, SVP, you're going to pass out. I am. I'm very exhausted. I get on the job sites. Contractors work early. They're on the job site like 7. And when I show up, they're like, nice of you to join us. It's like, they start at like 5, 6 a.m. And I'm like, I'm not a morning person. I'm an owl. So when I show up in the morning, they're all like, nice of you to join us. So I'm going to go get some sleep after this. I hope tonight's call inspired all of you. Back to our amazing host to close our call. Thanks, David.
Thank you very much, Sanaz and David. I mean, it's amazing. Knowledge is always power. Knowledge is very powerful. Today I've learned, wow, about Vaseline, about mineral oil. When we go for massage, what should we use? I mean, whoop, I think I'm going to start using my FOL for my massage. Whole
Sterling
body
and
massage.
FOL. Sterling and FOL. So in my masseuse, when I go, I always take my own. I always take Sterling, and I also tell them to add about 5 drops of FOL. And so you would not believe the amount of inflammation topically it will get out of your body if you use Sterling and FOL.
Yeah, going forward, Sterling and FOL. No more mineral oils. No more Vaseline. Specifically, when you mentioned that when we apply Vaseline on our feet at night, they tell you, oh, put on Vaseline. When you wake up, you'll feel good, but you're adding more disease. God, cancer will never end like this. Thank you very much for the training. It's, I mean, it's eye-opening. It's jaw-dropping. I don't know. I mean, knowledge is always powerful, very powerful. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining this call. I wish you all the best. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you, David. Thank you, Smile. Thank you, Rico. And thank you, everybody else who's been in this call. Have a good evening and bye.
All right, to the billion. Bye-bye, everyone.
To the billion.